Okay, so hi class. It looks like you've made it through week 2 if you're already on the week 3 module. So here I just want to do a quick overview. I'm going to try to keep it under 5 minutes. I just want to kind of give you an idea. You do not have to watch this video, but it's can be helpful to some students just kind of hear things, the overview, and kind of know what to expect. And some people like that better. So basically in this module, you're going to learn to write essential questions, and you're going to design a scope and sequence. So essential questions can be really valuable to you because they bridge our global objective, that global objective that you wrote last week or in the last module, and our Arkansas frameworks. They bridge that. So they help us to really make sure our students understand the content, but also to answer those really big things that we want. Like if we want them to be lifelong learners, or we want them to be advocates for social justice. Like if that's our global objective, then those essential questions tie in those two things. So that's what the purpose of this is in writing those essential questions. You're thinking, what does this have to do with assessment? But we have to start in backward design and with our standards and kind of getting there. And what is it that we want to assess? Where do we want our students to go? So we've got to figure that out first. So you're going to design a scope and sequence as well. There's only one reading for this essential questions. It's a fairly quick reading that you'll probably want to reference back and forth throughout. You'll have an opportunity to respond to the global objectives discussion. You might have already responded to some peers, but I would definitely go back and check. This gives me an opportunity to give you some feedback on your global objectives. So I'll be giving feedback to everyone and let you know if there's any tweaks that you need to make for that, because this global objective you will write a global objective for your scope and sequence. So this is that formative feedback that you need. There's also going to be a self-assessment quiz. Don't panic because it's a quiz. After you do the reading, I just want to make sure that you understand it. And I want you to make sure that you understand it. So it's not for points. It is for points. It's participation points. But it will give you the correct answer after you're finished. So just make sure you do the reading and it's just testing you to make sure that you understand what makes a question essential. Then there is going to be a small group discussion. You're going to click over here. Oh, I'm not in my preview mode. Let me click on the student preview mode. Over here, let's see, when we're in week 3. Apologize. Got ahead of myself. Okay, so you're going to have the small group discussion. You'll get over here on your page that it will tell you when. So, let's see, exploring scope and sequences. It talks to you about scope and sequences. Or you're at a glance or curriculum maps, whatever your district, you may already be familiar with them. This talks about what you need to do kind of as the activity, looking up some different ones, kind of reviewing them. This can help you in creating your own map. So you don't have to start completely from scratch. But there are things on our scope and sequence that you're going to create, like a global objective and essential questions that are necessary. So I do want it to be something it's got your stamp on it, but it may be the same order that your district is doing. You'll also include a sequencing rationale. So you're going to go to discussion group over here. You're going to go to my groups. That should show up, and then you should have this small groups. And when you click on it, then you're going to have these options, and you're going to want to go to group discussion board. This is mostly just so that you can have a smaller group, just 5 to 6 students, rather than the entire class. So we may be using these several times. I have not used group discussion in a long time. So if the feature is acting up, let me know. But yeah, you'll just click on the group discussion board and then it'll take you to your group, and then you'll respond with those 6 students, and it has the prompts that you'll be discussing there. Then you're going to start working on your scope and sequence assignment. This is going to take you, the directions are in a Google Doc, and here are the directions. It's written as a performance assessment. I like things to be written in like something that is a real world application. It gives you some successful tips here. And then kind of where to start. Now there are some examples right here linked. So if you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, you've already looked at some scope and sequences or curriculum maps that are, online. It was in a previous step. So here is some examples that are in the format that in the template that I'm providing. You do not have to use this template. You just want to make sure all the content is on there, but it's there. So these options are there. And then here's a link to the template. And And then here's a tool. And then you're going to eventually do peer feedback. So you're going to share it with one of your peers. It can be somebody in your small group, somebody else. And you'll put it there. This is also an assignment that you can work on with a partner. So if you're teaching something the same as somebody in the class and you want to work as a partner on this, that's totally okay. Or you can do it individually. And the grading criteria is here. This is a 50-point assignment. So it is a major assignment, but it's one of our smaller major assignments. I grade it somewhat holistically. I just really want to see that you can go through this process. I don't grade it too tough. I want to make sure all the components are there. That you understand the alignment, that you've got a sequencing rationale, that you've got some essential questions that are essential questions, both overarching and topical, and that it's professional, and that you've got all the objectives included. So that's really what I'm looking for. I'm not going to, it's just, can you understand the process? So it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be, it's scope and sequence changes from year to year, but I want to see that you can understand how we lay out, how we map out for the year. And doing that with our global objective in mind and writing essential questions, and that we have a reasoning for our sequencing. You can start with something that's already from your district or another district. But again, that they're not going to have your own personal global objective. So you've got to add that. They may or may not have essential questions, so you're going to need to add that, and topics. So it may not have everything. Just make sure that when you use this template, that's going to be on there. I'm sorry, my video is getting kind of long. One more thing. So in this last page in the module, it'll have the actual submission page, but you do not have to submit this week. It's not due until February 12th. That way, you can work on this. Then you have the time for the peer feedback. You have plenty of time to ask questions. If you need help, but here it is to submit. In week 4, when it's opened, I'll put this submission page also in week 4, because it'll be the start of week 4, so that you'll, or the end of week 4, so you'll have it done. But I just wanted to put that there. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Good luck. You're going to do great.